Here we go. Happy New Year, people. Zest for Life, aka Fresh Mark says. Into the new year of 2025. It's a big year. I'll be doing a personal trainer course. I'll be trying to get these qualifications so I can get employment in that area. And um, I'll be moving forward with martial arts as well, continuing into the new year. Feeling better with that, going into the gym a little bit more regularly. Yes, I have not been doing the channel as regularly because I was going to the gym and really pushed myself. Then I felt ill. I just got my voice back. And yes, it's going to be a big year. And what I want to talk about is I had some negative thought patterns and the way I viewed the world was a little bit closed at some points because of negative projection. So, this is when you have a viewpoint of the world and you project your belief that the world is exactly like this, and you kind of put the world in a box, and it seems very close minded to do, but a lot of the time people don't actually know when they're projecting. That's the whole thing about projection. So uh, you can project that the world is a certain way and that is why things are going wrong for you, but it's actually a defense mechanism in psychology. The word of projection is a defense mechanism. I tried to read up on it, but I almost got really confused, to avoid the actual issues with that you have yourself. So, say, I don't know, well, racism was a form of projection. You could say that somebody else is doing something wrong to avoid the fact that you also do that. But you say, oh, somebody else is doing it, so it's not my problem. And the reason why this is a very popular defensive mechanism is because everybody's trying to protect the individual, because being an individual and being original is so important nowadays that sometimes we can harm others in protecting the individual. So that is why I wanted to talk about projection, because I was viewing the world in a bit of a negative way before. It actually happens when I'm ill, or sometimes when I'm not officially bipolar, but when I have a bad day and I just have an off day, and sometimes you can just really uh, project everything in a negative way, and it can actually stumble your day and stagger it and slow it down. So the way I got through that is to change my perception of the world and say, you know what, maybe you're the problem, and if you just pushed yourself a little bit further and viewed that viewed not just the great things about yourself or whatever, because I was trying to talk about, you have to find the best thing about yourself and project that, but you also need to believe that you can do better if you just have a better attitude and if you allow those things to come to you. So allowing the positivity to come through and just say that the world is better than I imagined it, and I need to change my thought and be open to new things and just be a more open person to positive change. So that takes it's kind of really scary to just say maybe I'm the problem and ask yourself that, but it's the beginning of changing things honestly about yourself. So one of those things is I'm not going to get to where I want to be in martial arts if I don't train and do everything I did in the past and do extra in the future. I actually have to do both, the maintenance and the growth. And before, because I thought if you think you're very skilled, after a while, you'd say, oh, I don't need to do the stuff in the past. No, you need to do the stuff in the past to grow and maintain into the future and also do the new things. Life is only going to get more and more difficult the more responsibility you have. It doesn't mean it's getting worse because it's harder. It means that you just got scope for more later on in the future. So, with that, I want to talk about what I am projecting now in the sense of sense and smell. So we can project that we're actually going to have a great time, like uh, placebo effect when we take these flu pills and stuff like that. The placebo effect, we can project that it's going to be a great day. We can project an aura of confidence and say that, well, things are going to work in my way if I'm confident and I am pristine and clean and ready for work. So we're going to project positivity, and these are 5 cents, well, 6 cents because the wild card at the end, that project positivity in different ways. Yes, you may think 5 minutes, that's quite a long time to get through to what we're talking about, but it's important because once we change what we project we can get to, what we imagine we can get to in life, and say that we can get it if we just remain positive, our box of options expands and life doesn't feel so small anymore. I'm going to quickly sip my tea because that was a long one. What? Yeah, you probably hate me for going. Yeah, some people really hate that. Okay, New Year's resolution. I'm going to be a more open person. Basically, if I feel something, I'm just going to say it because you only live once and you have to, well, not just the importance in the individual, but the importance of living a meaningful life. You have to get your opinion out there in order to get a valid response on what life is. So, yes, we're going to be more open and talk about these projecting sets. The first one is the kingly nature. Regal, royal, having a bright, zest for life attitude. This is K Eau de Parfum. This is, wow, there's the zesty lemon in here. It just wakes you up in the morning. That is juniper berry, is like fizzy, blue, citric, like an antioxidant, like an acai berry kind of feel, with that green nagamotha, which is almost like a jungle fresh vibe, with that cardamom, which is rich, exotic, but also a little bit spicy, fresh, mixed with the freshness of geranium and that zesty lemon. That is K Eau de Parfum. That is morning fresh, walk down the road. That is a Versace fresh day. That is walking down. I mean, wow, I wish I'd been to Italy, but well, that is, well, we definitely got to check that out. That is waking you up in the morning with freshness and vigor. That is a royal awakening. That is king energy. The next one, projecting that, I'd say, people would be more open towards you. It would make you stand a little bit more upright because you feel that you're wearing something rich and exotic and fresh that's really elevated your mood. And that is going to make people more open towards you because you're smiling and you're feeling good. I mean, it's that simple. So that made me feel good, and hopefully it'll make you feel good when people react in a great way. But that's not guaranteed. But if you think that, it's more likely going to happen. And that is what we're talking about, projection. It's a wild thing where one day I was just wearing a nice perfume and it completely changed my day when I was more open to things. I was actually wearing Soleil de Jeddah Eau de Parfum, the original, the Harrods one. It's just fantastic. It was the zesty mango freshness opening of it, which inspired me to put this in the line because that is also very fresh. The next one is just the aura of fresh, crisp, and a sporty, revitalizing, awakening scent, really. Not just waking up with bounce, this is waking up with energy and feeling a clarity, awake. Why eau de parfum? Yes, I've done it before, but this apple, it's juicy, it's fresh, it wakes you up. It wakes you up. That is, it's the okay. The clary sage in the middle has a herbal boost. Then the herbal boost not just opens up your nose, but the juice of the apple is actually something you can almost taste. It's so fresh. So your senses are being flooded by the mintiness of geranium, the nose and the mind mintiness, like a herbal awakening, with that sage that is like a eucalyptus burst through the nose. So it awakens you, and then it gives you something that is so gourmand in texture. That apple, you can almost taste it with the juice. That is a very rounded, juicy apple note. Fantastic. They say it's pear. Some people say it's apple. I don't know what they're talking about, but it's very refreshing. Derek Dupes, sorry. I don't know what they're talking about. You tell me. All right. So the next one is something that is giving the aura of something fresh, exotic. No, not exotic. Forget exotic. This is European finesse. This is very smooth. This reminds me of home. Um, this reminds me of home. Tom Ford Black Orchid. It's actually, well, I was going to say this is the wild card because it reminds me of how good life was before the economic crash. That is just that, wow, it's that 2008 feeling right there. Tom Ford Black Orchid. It's expensive now because everybody feels broke. And being broke is, well, it feels easy nowadays because everybody's getting squeezed. But Tom Ford Black Orchid, wow, that is, the florals of it are comforting. So buttery ylang-ylang, very nice iris with the truffle and the jasmine. The jasmine and civet in this reminds me of a fresh walk outside. It's kind of earthy. It's earthy like a walk outside, but it's floral like a summer stroll. So it is beautiful. And this is actually the reason why it reminds me of the park so much is because this is the first time when I was actually going out with my nephews, and they asked me to do the human flagpole, which was like on this there's like a grease pole sort of obstacle course in the park, just two vertical poles in Wandsworth. And my brother, he said, go on, just try it for the first time. And I said, I'll probably fail, but I might as well try. And I was wearing a lot of this, and I just wanted, it was my favorite perfume. I just wanted everyone to smell it in the breeze. I literally just done the Hue and Flagpole first time, and my knees were bent, so I wasn't doing it like fully extended at that time, like my legs out. But I done it, and I was feeling free as hell because I surpassed myself because I felt fresh in summer. I felt, because I felt so fresh in summer, I felt anything was possible. And that is the freshness of the strength of home. That is the solid grounding nature of that earthy vetiver, truffle, and all that nice patchouli mix. It's fantastic. It reminded me of home. That is the freshness of home. And because we don't do any half measures and we want to project all the attributes, we got the kingly nature, we got the revitalizing sport, we got the homely vibe, we have um, the king of the party. What is this? This is a half measure out there. This is empty. Let's refill that. That is a full one. 200 mil. Yes, I have this on decoration all the time because it's one of my favorite scents. And this is the reason, because I would not invest in something again and again if it didn't make me feel special. This brings me back to the party times. This is rich, luxurious. It starts with a mint and apple. I'm not talking about a herbal thing. It's never going to remind me of being a little bit sick or Wicks, because if this was more herbal, it would remind me of Wicks, and I don't like that. But it's revitalizing with that juicy apple. This has that juicy apple, and it has mint. It's like it opens like the freshness of a Syrian breakfast with the mint tea and that mint tea with a bit of herbal and some weird, I don't know what it is, but that's very refreshing. That Jordanian tea with mint in it and lemon. That's the one, lemon and mint. So this has that Chanel Allure Homme Sport lemon zest vibe, which is very refreshing in a sandalwood way. It has sandalwood, it has cedarwood to keep it fresh and punchy, mineral fresh, bursting through that mint. The base notes work perfectly well with the middle of geranium, which is minty and fresh, and the sparkling mint on top. Juicy apple. The tonka bean is so sweet. It makes you feel like you're going somewhere, you're going out somewhere, like really, you're wearing a sweet perfume because you're really going out and you want to impress with that sweetness. You want to allure with that sweetness. That is not just club vibes, that is New Year's vibes, this is fireworks, this is going out there with energy and just wow, just killing it really. It's the Eau de Toilette or Versace Eros is the best out of all them. It always makes me feel good. Sorry for burping on camera. It's just it's bubbled me up a bit really. It's that the sweetness, the softness of the sandalwood, the mintiness has a bit of airy. It keeps the air live. It keeps the air lively, like there's some kind of fizziness in the atmosphere, like something's happening all the time, you know. And once you've gone past that phase of the energetic phase, you get the smooth, sweet phase. So it's got almost like a changing rooms vibe because you get the sweetness from one end and the mintiness from another, and it's a very dynamic, luxurious and gourmand perfume at the same time. Versace Eros, fantastic. Never go without a bottle. Uh, there you go. I should put that over there. And the next one, because this is in no particular order, because I was just grabbing this out, is projecting that you are cool, fresh, and clean for work. This is the business scent of all time. This is the best business scent of all time. Dior Homme Intense Eau de Parfum is a smooth, sweet, work-friendly concoction that would just leave you pristine all the time, and this is perfect. White shirt, so soft, so elegant, so wow, it's the perfect iris perfume. It's not only buttery, it's light and it's sweet, and uh, a lot of people say it's unisex, but I think it does its own thing. People talk about Lanoli de l'Homme. I don't know. I mean, I never really got into that because I smelt it in the shop and I thought, wow, it's good with the cardamom. It's good. But this is just so much better. I mean, it has a similar cardamom note. Yes, the Lanoli de Homme, this La Nuit de Homme is the night of men, wherever, YSL. That is a very strong cardamom note. And after a while, the projection is just a bit of cardamom, and it's quite a one-dimensional perfume compared to Dior Homme Intense, which has a lasting iris, and the freshness of cardamom turns into a very nice sweet ambrette. So this leaves you fresh, clean, office-friendly. The ambrette and tonka bean is a very clean, matte, business-friendly note, which is it's almost like a sweeter version of Prada Amber Pour Homme Eau de Toilette. They don't make this anymore, apparently. It's a big shame because in the era of everybody being a little bit more unisex, and a lot of men have been feminized, let's say, due to the trends and the stuff, why can't we have true unisex perfumes that actually would smell good on even androgynous people? Wear a unisex perfume. Why not? I mean, a truly unisex perfume that would smell good on either a man or a woman. I mean, why isn't there a place for that in the market? I think they're going to re-release Prada Amber Pour Homme. So that was just a little rant at 2025 and the like, because I mean, with everybody shifting the line, I mean, why don't we have good unisex perfumes to widen that variety of the market of unisex perfumes? I mean, just get it out there. So this is a great unisex perfume, I would say. but I think it's masculine just because it's worked for so many men and it's become iconic as a masculine, as a men's scent. So definitely check it out. It's got unisex vibe, but it's very, I think it's very professional, and it's masculine to be professional, I think. Um, Next is the royal vibe. This projects royalty, saffron and musk. Saffron and musk projects the richness of the Orient. So, this kind of musk is actually the very traditional musk that comes from the glands of the deer. This white musk. So it's quite animalic. It's a little bit what? It's powdery, animalic, aldehydic. So it's like the cloud, like the very thin air feeling, and almost like cotton. So like it forms its own white, white musk cloud, let's say. And this is mixed with a white saffron note, which is spicy but has the clear white oud notes, which are like Soleil de Blanc, uh, the Oud Blanc in the Van Cleef and Arpels collection. This is actually Orchard Leather, but there's a white one which is Oud Blanc, and it has those sandalwood and white spice notes, which are quite hard to describe. It's almost like white sand, which is how I describe the copal and resins of Oud Abayed by Swiss Arabians. So, but this is done in a much more classy way. So this has the copal and the resins and the myrrh and the sweet myrrh, but it also has oregano and the like, that spice. But this uses just the white saffron and the musk to produce a very traditional and original scent. Well, let's say it's not so original because it's tried a lot, the sort of white oud. So white oud is in Montal white oud. There is the white creamy nature, the white spice, the hot spices in mixed with creamy sandalwood and the like. This is the profile of white oud, let's say. And I think this does it perfectly because it's very subtle, but the notes of saffron are prominent, and it's it's so niche. It's so niche, it's so classy, yet it's spicy in a luxurious and such a different exotic way. The exoticism of this perfume makes it feel royal and traditional as an Arab perfume. I just love it. I just love the idea of saffron musk. This is It's amazing. So this is the royal perfume for me. So if you want to project royalty, saffron and musk. If you want to project, I don't know, richness of upbringing or just a nice house, or well, I really loved Wandsworth Common for this reason. This is just Wandsworth Common for me. The perfect stroll, the perfect homely feeling for me. Black Orchid. I think it's going to be different for all of you, but my hometown, Wandsworth Common and the like, and where I lived, for me is Tom Ford Black Orchid, just because I had that moment in the park in that moment, and that's what connected with me. But I think it would be different for you, so that's my wild card: homely feeling, rich, royal feeling, the vibe of the club, the man of the party. This is just every, just, woo! Yes, good time, good time. Oh, anytime it's a good time for Versace Eros. That is the man of the party because once you put this on, you're just going crazy like the mask. You're just busting out crazy moves or whatever. It just sets me on a vibe. So this is it. Right, this is it before I go too crazy on camera. And this is a revitalizing sports scent. Wow, it's that energy that picks you up then nothing will. When you're just thinking, I'm not bothered. I mean, who even cares if I go to a gym because nobody likes big, strong people anymore, apparently. And then you say, you know what? I'm doing it for myself because I want to look like whatever I want to feel like, and I want to look like that because that's me. I want to do this for my own goals. I'm doing this for me. I'm not doing this for anyone else. I'm gonna wake up and be my best self with the sports scent, and that is the vibe. And this is just the kingly attitude that no matter what happens, you know, if you do what you believe is right, you will be your own king and you just walk down without judgment because as long as you know you're a good person, just walk down the street, know you're right, and be confident with your decisions and your daily decisions. K, Eau de Parfum, a king in his own mind because he has no limits. There you go. And then always business fresh, Dior Homme Intense. I'm just going to spray this because I sprayed a lot of the saffron and musk, and my mom doesn't really like too much traditional scents. She actually can't handle perfume. So this is sort of like a veto, just so it's acceptable. Just like the sweetness of this one. It's very nice. Actually, my mom's favorites, shout out to mom, is Dior Homme Intense and Tom Ford Black Orchid. But then she says I overspray with all of them, so it's too much for her anyway. But we can always try. God bless her. I love her so much. All right. Okay. So, Happy New Year to all of you, and let's project the best of ourselves. Let's project our best self. That means the best version of ourselves all the time. And if we feel that we're projecting negativity, just wear a perfume and change the vibe. Yes, Zest for Life, aka Fresh Mark Scents. I don't have to buy any more perfume if my perfume collection is this sick and crazy. Zest for Life, stay free and stay fresh.